Hello, freak bitches.
So I'm not sure if this is where you want to go, but as you were describing this sort of quest for improvement, one of the threats of that reflex, or one of the dangers of that reflex, is precisely how totalitarian ideologies develop, where they argue that our current state of the world is faulty, and if only you implement our ideology du jour, it could be communism, it could be Islam.
Right, it could be perfect.
Then it could be perfect.
Socialism, in fact.
Exactly. So there is a way by which we could reach that utopia, if only you adhere to our ideology. So there's a real danger in sort of succumbing to that. And by the way, that's I'm reading right now a book by William Gardner, who might come on my show. He's I think a political scientist. His book is called The Great Divide, where he actually lays out some of the sort of fundamental, foundational differences between liberals and conservatives in terms of their worldviews, and how, because of these starting positions being so different, having no overlap between them, the Venn diagrams don't overlap, that's why you end up speaking over each other without being able to find common grounds. So one of these differences is that, and I describe something similar using different terms, a lot of the, quote, liberals and progressives view our brain as being blank slate, right? It's infinitely malleable.
Right.
And so if you see differences between people, it can't be because there was a starting point difference. Michael Jordan was not innately likely to be better than you in basketball. There were some environmental conditions that led Michael Jordan to become who he is, and not Gad Saad to be the best NBA player ever. And if only we can find the appropriate social intervention strategies, then we could all have equality of outcomes. And so that is a faulty understanding of human nature, because human nature, as you, of course, you know, is really an interaction of our biology and our environment. But so much of the welfare state is based on this idea that, no, we need more of your tax money so that we could implement a social engineering program so that we could reach that utopia where we are all equal outcome. And frankly, I think that that's complete nonsense.
It is fascinating that people seek comfort in communism and socialism for that very reason. Like, they almost are trying to slow down the competition that they can't win.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I see it, by the way, at my university. So in Canada is a very sort of social welfare state, and Quebec, the province where I live, is sort of socialist on welfare, on steroids. And so in the context of the universities, all of the metrics of reward are removed so that we can have equality of outcomes. And the way that you instantiate that is through the unions, right? So there's a very powerful union that ensures that all professors are roughly treated equally, because we're all social ants. There's a queen bee, and then the rest of us are all equal. But of course, humans are not equal. Some are smarter, some work harder, some are more apathetic, some are honest, some are cheaters. And so this idea of constantly having to have some external agent manage the process so that we could all be equal, to me, is grotesque. And it goes back to, I think, probably our first conversation you and I had, when I was saying that, you know, I would love to eventually come to Southern California, because at least in the United States, the society has been less parasitized by this social welfare idea. Of course, the Democrats are more so than the Republicans, but as a general rule, Canada is basically pure social welfare. We're all equal. And of course, Justin Trudeau is certainly trying to push that idea even more.
He's too handsome. That's that guy's problem. He's trying to make up for the fact that he's beautiful. He's trying to be super sweet to everybody. That's what's going on up there.